Every civilization has faced the same timeless question. How do you keep invaders out and protect what matters inside? From medieval castles with iron gates to World War II bunkers with reinforced steel doors, history proves that deterrence and layered defense always matter more than brute force. Today's home may not require boiling oil poured over battlements, but modern intruders are clever, fast, and often bold enough to test your doors and windows. If you want peace of mind, you need tools that shift the balance instantly in your favor. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore 15 home defense gadgets designed to deny criminals opportunity, restrict their movement, and buy you the time and control needed to protect your household. Reinforced security doors are the first line that stops brute force entry. A standard wooden front door is little more than an invitation to a determined intruder. Reinforced steel core security doors, often marketed under storm or impact-resistant labels, are built with heavy hinges, internal locking rods and multi-point locks that distribute force across the frame. When properly installed with a metal jamb, these doors withstand repeated kicks, battering rams or blunt instruments that would shatter normal entry points. The historical equivalent is the portcullis of a fortress. Criminals who cannot breach the first barrier often give up before trying the second. A practical step is to replace at least the primary front and back entry doors with reinforced units and pair them with strike plates that anchor deep into wall studs. Security film on windows transforms glass into a hardened shield. Windows are often the weakest entry point. With security film applied, even thin panes become shatter-resistant. The film holds the shards together, much like laminated windshields, forcing intruders to spend time and energy while exposed and noisy. That delay is what matters most. Historically, stained glass churches survived riots because lead framing held fragments in place. Today, clear polymer films play the same role. Apply a 6 to 8 mm safety film to street-facing windows and sliding doors, then test with controlled pressure to confirm adhesion. Motion-activated floodlights blind intruders and announce their presence. Darkness is the criminal's best ally. Motion-sensing floodlights break that advantage instantly. Mounted at least 10 feet high and angled downward, they illuminate yards and driveways the moment someone approaches. More advanced models connect to smart hubs, triggering cameras and alarms simultaneously. This concept is not new. Roman watchtowers once relied on fire beacons to reveal enemy movement, but electricity delivers the same deterrence without a garrison. A simple example is wiring dual 2000-lumen LED floods to cover both front and rear entries, paired with a photocell so they only activate at night. Video doorbells give you eyes and voice at the threshold. A criminal at the door is forced into the open when you answer through a video doorbell. With wide-angle HD video, two-way audio and cloud recording, you have a permanent record and the ability to warn intruders before they act. History's equivalent would be the medieval sally port, where defenders spoke through a slit before granting entry. Install one at the main entrance, connect it to your smartphone and always respond verbally, even if you're not home, to create the illusion of presence. Indoor surveillance cameras provide real-time awareness. Surveillance once required bulky reels of tape, but now compact Wi-Fi cameras offer continuous streaming and motion alerts. Place them in high-traffic hallways, stairwells or facing safes and storerooms. When paired with encrypted storage, they provide irrefutable evidence. The lesson is similar to Cold War embassies, where every corridor was under constant monitoring. For practical use, select at least 2 cameras with infrared night vision and test placement by reviewing recorded clips to eliminate blind spots. So, smart locks with encrypted codes are now replacing those old vulnerable keyholes. Traditional keys can be copied or picked, which is definitely a risk. But smart locks, which are controlled by encrypted codes or even biometric scans, really help reduce those risks. Many models even let you set up temporary codes for guests or workers, and you can revoke those instantly if you need to. Historically, master key systems were these jealously guarded secrets, but today you control access right from a smartphone app. It's a good idea to replace at least one main entry lock with a deadbolt integrated smart lock and make sure you test the battery backup so it still works during outages. Door and window contact sensors are designed to detect intrusions the instant they happen. While deterrents are meant to keep criminals out, these sensors tell you the moment someone even tries to get in. Magnetic contact sensors, placed on frames and sashes, will trigger alarms or send smartphone notifications when they're separated. They're really the modern equivalent of those tripwires used around encampments in both world wars. Honestly, a complete system should cover every ground-level window and all doors, with alerts tied directly to your phone. Glass break detectors fill the gap where sensors fail. If an intruder smashes a window rather than prying it open, contact sensors may never trip. Acoustic glass break detectors listen for the unique frequency of shattering glass and trigger alarms. The principle mirrors centuries-old guard dogs trained to respond to specific sounds. A simple example is mounting one detector to cover an entire living room or sunroom with multiple panes. Safe rooms provide the ultimate fallback when defense fails. Sometimes the best defense is retreat. A fortified safe room reinforced with steel panels, independent ventilation, and a secondary communication line gives occupants secure time until help arrives. This concept has been repeated in every era, from castle keeps to Cold War bunkers. If constructing a dedicated room is beyond budget, consider reinforcing a closet with a solid core door, deadbolt, and radio or cell phone charger inside. Non-lethal deterrent devices buy time without deadly force. Tools like pepperball launchers, high-intensity sound cannons or taser-equivalent devices give you layered options before reaching for firearms. They create distance and incapacitation without permanent damage, mirroring centuries of military use of smoke, gas and flash grenades to disorient enemies. Store one in an accessible safe near primary living areas and train with inert rounds or test cartridges to ensure familiarity. Security drones extend surveillance beyond the fence line. Autonomous drones tied into home security networks patrol yards, record high-definition video and respond to motion triggers. Within seconds, they can cover ground that fixed cameras cannot. The precedent is ancient scouts on horseback riding perimeter lines. For households with large properties, a drone system tied into alarms adds a mobile layer that criminals rarely expect. Remote-controlled turrets demonstrate the future of perimeter defense. While still rare in civilian markets, non-lethal remote-controlled turrets already exist, capable of firing pepperballs or marking rounds from a safe command station. These systems parallel the remote gun emplacements used in fortified positions during the 20th century. When legally permitted, they allow homeowners to engage threats while remaining behind cover. Anti-climb spikes and barriers prevent roof or fence scaling. The simplest gadgets are often the oldest. Anti-climb strips installed along fences and roof lines deter intruders before they reach windows. Their effectiveness comes from appearance as much as function. Even plastic spikes, styled as wrought iron, create hesitation. Ancient city walls bristled with sharpened stakes. Today's polymer spikes continue that tradition with modern weather resistance. Panic buttons ensure help is summoned without delay. No matter how many gadgets you install, human response is still key. Wireless panic buttons that connect directly to monitoring services or local sirens give family members a direct line of defense. The concept echoes medieval bells rung in towers to summon guards. Install at least one in a bedroom and one near the main entry. Then test monthly for battery life. Backup power systems keep your defenses alive during outages. Intruders sometimes exploit blackouts. Without backup, your cameras, alarms and locks may fail. A properly sized, uninterruptible power supply or standby generator ensures critical systems stay online. This strategy mirrors World War II blackout procedures, where secure facilities kept power while others went dark. Calculate wattage for your cameras, routers and lights, then size a UPS that covers at least 2 hours of runtime. Home defense has always been about layers. No single gadget guarantees safety, but when you combine barriers, detection, surveillance, deterrence, and fallback options, you create a fortress criminals would rather avoid. Each tool in this list connects to a historical principle. Hold the gate, watch the perimeter, sound the alarm, and protect the inner keep. If you value both history and preparedness, start by reinforcing doors and windows, then add detection, then move outward with lights, cameras, and advanced systems. With steady investment and training, your home becomes not just harder to breach, but a statement of control over your own security. For more in-depth breakdowns of defense strategies and the history that shaped them, make sure you subscribe to In the Beginning and share this guide with fellow history enthusiasts and survivalists. Together, we can preserve both knowledge and safety for the challenges ahead.